Doom. You know it, I know it, your nan's probably the same age as it. It's a franchise that, despite its shortcomings, has become the most well-known shooter out there, and much like a pregnant teen, Doom will always deliver. But does the newest installment live up to those expectations? The game I'm talking about here is Doom the Dark Ages, a game where you get to find out what happens if you give Captain America cocaine. For those of you that don't know, Doom the Dark Ages is a prequel set before Doom 2016. I won't say too much to avoid spoilers, but it's pretty much just a sci-fi medieval origin story. So, if you're a fan of the franchise or thinking of getting into it, then watch this video, because I'm going to tell you if Doom the Dark Ages is worth the £70 price tag or if it's just another AAA flop. To start, let's get the boring stuff out the way. Graphics and performance. And this is a controversial one. For the most part, the graphics look really good. It's got that fresh AAA quality. However, performance is where things start to become a big problem. On console, I have had zero problems whatsoever. No crashes, no lag, not even a stutter. I even played this game on max speed to test its limits and I got nothing. However, over on PC, it's like playing hopscotch in a minefield. One wrong step and you are gone. Apparently, it's got something to do with the tutorials and drivers being buggy, but either way, paying $70 or pounds for a game which doesn't even work is criminal. It's the equivalent of buying a car just for the engine to fall out after you turn it on. Hopefully it gets fixed, but either way, it still deserves mentioning. Now for the fun part, the gameplay. One thing you need to know about Doom is that they like changing things. Never let your ops know your next move, I guess. For Doom the Dark Ages, they decided to focus more on parrying and blocking this time around, where Doom Eternal focuses on, well, surviving. Doom somehow always manages to come up with the most interesting weapon designs. If you thought a shield saw was cool, wait until you see this thing. You ever wanted to shoot ground up skull fragments before? No? Well, now you can! I'll let you guys discover all the different weapons yourselves, but I have to say, the thing I love most about this game is that it allows you to use whatever weapon you want. Doom Eternal forces you to switch weapons all the time because you just run out of ammo that quickly. And I tell you what, finding ammo in Doom Eternal is like finding Nemo, but instead of finding an orange fish, all you would find is a flying testicle. Where in Doom the Dark Ages, there's more ammunition than a Texan Walmart. I know that a few players have already and will complain about this, but to me, I personally prefer it that way. Call it cope, but I don't want to waste my levels on some booky weapon I hate using when I can just stick to the ones I like. Now, if you've watched the trailers for this game, then you've probably already seen these two. And I think it's safe to say that this is where the game gets the most hype. Except that they both completely suck and ruin the game. There's a really big problem with both the mech and the dragon, and that's dodging. It seems like this game is really trying to become Elden Ring because the combat for both the dragon and the mech practically force you to dodge during fights, with the dragon being the worst. This is genuine gameplay with the dragon, and before you say it, no, I'm not going back to the center on my own. That's just how this works. You have to sit there and dodge these green attacks in the right way in order to get a plasma cannon which allows you to destroy the turret. It's like a crappy combination between Dark Souls and Beat Saber. It's such a shame because the rest of the dragon is actually really cool. It's just this stupid, goofy combat system. You know that guy who tests features and says whether or not a player will enjoy them? Yeah, where was he here? The forced dodging in this game just makes it feel slow and repetitive, which is frustrating because both the mech and the dragon had the most potential in this game. Anyways, rant aside, let's now talk about the level design, and oh my god, I got so lost, Christopher Columbus couldn't find me. Most of the time was just spent trying to find where to go, and it got to the point where I spent about 20 minutes trying to find a key That was right in front of the door! This one's really just a skill issue on my end, but either way, I enjoyed the level design. I like that Doom decided to make this game a bit more open than the last ones. Moving on, there's the boss fights, and they do not disappoint. Without spoiling it, I'll just tell you that the fights are enjoyable and nowhere near as repetitive as those mech missions. The bosses also link to the story of this game, and I gotta tell you, Dark Age's story is about as interesting as stale bread. There's just nothing special about it. It's a very generic bad guy do bad thing, kill bad guy kind of story. You'll have to see for yourself, but all I'll say is that it's just meh. But you know what isn't meh? This game's glory kills. Just watch this. Pretty intense, right? We've gone from tearing a demon in half ass first to just this. But is it a bad thing? Sure, glory kills were cool in the past, but they just slow the game down and it can be a bit repetitive. So developers have replaced glory kills with a normal melee attack to try and keep the game a bit more fast-paced. Which is weird to me because why did they do that with the dragons? Once again, it just comes down to which one you like more. Do you prefer Doom with or without their glory kills? Let me know down below. So do I think that you should buy Doom the Dark Ages? Absolutely. If you play on PC, you might want to wait a little bit until after the guinea pig testing. But other than that, the game is extremely well made. Depending on what you do with the difficulty sliders can also greatly affect how many hours you get in this game. Because you can just do stuff like this. Got the game looking like a Roadhog ult. Now, I would definitely recommend Doom the Dark Ages for any current fans of the series, plus it's a great place to start if it's your first ever Doom. So, if you've enjoyed this video, then subscribe. It helps out a ton, and with all that out the way, bye bye!